So today we're going over the 9 most asked questions, the most frequently asked questions about retirement. So if you have questions about retirement, you're in the right place. If you're a federal employee looking to retire, then you're especially in the right place because that's who we're specializing in helping. So the most asked questions coming up next. Hey, this is Mel Stubbs. I'm a financial planner with Christy Capital Management, where we help federal employees plan to retire well. If you need individualized help, go to christycapital.com and click Talk to an Advisor. Today, we're going over the 9 questions that if you're thinking about retiring, that you're going to want to have an answer to. So let's jump straight into it. The first is, how much money will I need to retire? This answer will depend mainly on your lifestyle that you want to live. Now, typically the common rule is that you'll need somewhere between 70 and 90% of your pre-retirement income to maintain your standard of living. Now, there was a consumer expenditure survey by the U.S. Bureau of Labor and Statistics that on average people 65 and over spent around $50,220 per year. When you're planning for retirement, figure out what type of lifestyle you want to live at. Retiring and then trying to live on some budget that's so strict, that takes the fun out of retirement, and that's not the goal here. Figure out what type of lifestyle you'd like to live at, and then let's do a financial blueprint to see if you can support that lifestyle. The next question is, when should you take Social Security? If you're working past 62, it probably makes sense to delay taking Social Security because there's an earnings test for between age 62 and retirement age. So if you're working, you probably don't want to turn it on then. Now, for each year that you wait after 62, you get approximately a 7% annual increase. Once you hit your full retirement age, if you continue to wait up to age 70, you'll get an 8% increase every year from full retirement age to 70. To kind of show you the impact of this, let's suppose that you get $1,000 a month from Social Security at full retirement age, but instead you chose to turn it on at 62. Your benefit will decrease by approximately 30% to only $700 a month. Alternatively, if you wait till age 70, your monthly benefit would be roughly $1,266 a month, not $1,000 a month. If you end up working with us, we'll do a financial blueprint for you, and some of the discussion will be around when should you take Social Security. The next question is, can I work and collect Social Security at the same time? And technically the answer is yes. You can work and collect Social Security at the same time, but there is an earnings limit. So between the ages of 62 and 67, or whatever your full retirement age is, there is an earnings limit. Depending on what year you're watching this video, it's somewhere in the $21,000 range or so. So there's a 2-for-1 rule. For every $2 you go over the limit, you lose $1 of Social Security. Now, once you reach full retirement age, and for most people that's around 67, you can work and collect Social Security, and there is no earnings limit. Once you hit age 70, you pretty much have to turn on Social Security because there's no benefit in waiting, and actually I think there's some penalties involved if you don't turn it on at age 70. So if you're working past age 70, then you certainly can collect both. The next question is, how do I pay for medical expenses in retirement? Now, this is a common concern for a lot of people, but it's not as much of a concern for federal retirees because you still have access to the FEHB. Just like while working, when you retire, the government will pay 72% of your premiums, and you're only paying 28% of your premiums. It will act just like it did while you were working. At age 65, you have the option of turning on Medicare. So if you want to, you can do it. But Medicare is not free, so there is a cost for Medicare Part B. The reason why I say you have a choice is because you don't have to turn it on, and you can continue your FEHB just like while you were working. So where the average person retiring is really concerned about how to pay for medical expenses, for the federal employee, it's less of a concern because you get to take your health care with you in retirement. The next question, what changes should I make to my portfolio as I get closer to retirement? Now, generally speaking, people usually get more conservative as they get older. The time horizon on when you need to spend the money may be getting closer, so that may cause you to want to get more conservative. However, a lot of federal employees that we're working with are finding that when they retire, their pension and the supplement or their pension and the Social Security, it pays for the majority of their needs, and they don't have to take large distributions from the TSP or their IRAs. If that's the case for you, then this pushes out the day that you need to spend the money, which would allow you to be more aggressive if you wanted to. Now, there are different investment options for making your account more conservative or more aggressive. Inside the TSP, you've got limited choices. Outside in an IRA, there are more options for you. But depending on how aggressive or conservative you want to be, you may need to make some changes. I would take the question a step further to look at tax diversification of your money. For the majority of people watching these videos, they're going to have most of their money in the traditional TSP or traditional IRA. One of the changes you might want to start is to shift money from traditional to Roth, to a tax-free place. So maybe for you, the changes aren't how aggressive or conservative you've allocated your money, but instead you may want to change the tax status of your money to help with your planning. This is something that we help clients with a lot. Just as a reminder, the TSP does not let you do Roth conversions, and Roth conversions are the main way that you fix this problem. So the takeaway is you may want to start reallocating, at least tax-wise, some of your money. The next question is how long will my money last in retirement? You know, for most of your life, you've spent money based on how much you were earning. And in retirement, you'll have a pension and Social Security, but this is less money than when you were actually out there earning money. So we need to make sure that if you're taking distributions from your money, that you don't take too much. As a general rule, there's a 4% rule where if you withdraw 4% of your money, it generally lasts 30 plus years. If you think about it, if you're taking out 4% of your money, it would last 25 years if you never earned a dime. If you were just withdrawing your money at a 4% rate, it'd last you 25 years. So if you can earn anything, especially if you can earn something above 4%, it makes the money last as long as most people would need it to. Another question is, should I purchase an annuity? Now, for the average person out there trying to retire, an annuity is a product that provides investors with a guaranteed income stream. It's like creating a pension when you don't have one. But for federal retirees out there, you are going to have a guaranteed pension, and you're also going to have Social Security. And if you're married, you're going to have a spouse's Social Security. So for most of the clients that we're working with, they either have 2 or 3 guaranteed income streams in their household. That makes purchasing an annuity to get a guaranteed income stream less of something that they need. A guaranteed payment for the rest of your life does fix a problem, but for federal employees, it's usually a problem that you don't have. Now, there are other annuities that we've talked about on our channel called a fixed indexed annuity, and it has some similarities to the G fund in that it cannot go down in value based on how the stock market performs. If the stock market goes down, the account will not go down. But it does have different options of letting you capture some of the growth that is in the stock market. So when the stock market does go up, you get to participate in some of it. Now, I didn't say all of it, I said some of it. So really for annuities, there's 2 different kinds. There's a guaranteed payment for the rest of your life, and then there's just a conservative place to put some money. Generally for federal employees, the guaranteed income stream for life is not something that they really need, and so most of the time, people are using the annuity for more of the conservative option to put some of your money. Another question is, should I pay off my mortgage before retirement? Now, it's usually better to not have a mortgage payment, but it depends on how you're going to pay it off. What interest rate are you paying on your mortgage? If you have to rob your retirement account by taking a large distribution to then pay taxes on that large distribution just to pay off the mortgage, you may want to do some math to see if it's worth it. We have a video on this question that you can check out. Now, for some of the people out there that have a 3% interest rate or a 4% interest rate, it gets hard mathematically to pay that mortgage off. But on the flip side, I've never met somebody that paid their mortgage off that was upset that they did so. Nobody's ever said, what a horrible decision it was to pay my mortgage off. Now, there are multiple ways to figure out how to pay it off. You can do a lump sum. You can pay extra on it for several years. Just keep an eye out on the tax consequences for large distribution to pay your mortgage off. Now, the last question that people should be asking themselves is, do I need help in planning for retirement? Can I do it myself or do I need help? A lot of that will depend on your personality. If you're a hands-on person that wants to control everything and you feel like you have a handle on the different things that you need to take care of, then doing it yourself is an option. If you're more of a delegator, where you realize that either you don't want to do this, you don't have time to do this, or you don't have the knowledge to do this, then getting someone else to help is a great option. If you want more information about what it's like to work with an advisor, check out this video right here. Go to ChristyCapital.com, click Talk to an Advisor. We would love to talk with you. Check out our monthly webinars. Like us on Facebook. I'm on Facebook. Go like me. My name is Mel Stubbs. Talk to you later.